Hello all, welcome to the day 2 Selenium. Today we are going to discuss about the versions of the Selenium. So basically there are 4 versions of Selenium. So since in previous class we have discussed about the versions of Selenium. I have done the difference between the manual testing and the automation testing. So today we are going to discuss about the versions of the Selenium. So literally there are 4 versions of Selenium, that is Selenium IDE, Selenium RC, Selenium Grid and Selenium WebDriver. So today we are going to discuss first about the Selenium IDE. So in Selenium IDE, Selenium IDE has the simplest framework in all the versions of Selenium. Selenium IDE has the simplest framework in the versions of Selenium. IDE has the simplest framework in the versions of Selenium. So Selenium IDE is the simplest framework in the versions of Selenium. Due to simple framework, it is easy to use and install and use. So due to this, since the Selenium IDE is the simplest framework, it is easy to use and install. It is easy to use and install. So after it is available as a plugin in the Firefox browser. So whenever in the Firefox browser, it is basically used in the Firefox browser, it is available as a plugin. It is available as a plugin only in Firefox browser. Only in Firefox browser. It is always available. It does not support programming languages, that is known as HTML knowledge. It does not support programming language. It is HTML knowledge. Now the thing is that it does not support programming language, that is HTML knowledge, and we cannot use looping and conditional statement because we cannot use looping and conditional statements. We cannot use looping and conditional statements. Execution is slower than both RC and WebDriver. Execution is slower than RC and WebDriver. So for that's why, so since the execution is very slow in Selenium IDE, so to overcome the drawbacks of Selenium IDE, Selenium RC and WebDriver was introduced. So let's discuss about the Selenium RC. Let's discuss about the Selenium RC. So it is the first automation tool that supported the programming language. Selenium RC was the first automation tool. It was the first automation tool that supported programming language. It was the first automation tool that supported the programming language. In this, looping and conditional statements are also supported. In this, looping and conditional statements are supported. Looping and conditional statements supported, and here execution is faster than IDE. Here execution is faster than IDE but slower than WebDriver, but slower than but slower than WebDriver. So we need a RC server to communicate with the application. So here what we do in Selenium RC, that is called remote control, we need a RC server to communicate. We need a RC server to communicate with the browser. So here we need a RC server, remote control server, to communicate with the WebDriver. So since Selenium IDE, we learned that execution is slower than RC and WebDriver. To overcome the drawbacks of IDE, Selenium RC was introduced. So in Selenium RC, Selenium remote control, a remote control server is required who is need to communicate with the browser of the application. So that is called Selenium RC. So hence we need here a RC server to communicate with the web browser. So since the Selenium RC is also slower than the WebDriver, to overcome the drawbacks of the Selenium RC, Selenium WebDriver was introduced. So Selenium WebDriver is the latest version that is used in today's date, that is called Selenium WebDriver. So Selenium WebDriver was introduced. So Selenium WebDriver is the latest version. It directly communicates with the browser without using any RC server. So since in Selenium RC we need a remote control server, but in Selenium WebDriver you don't need a remote control server. It directly communicates with the browser without using any RC server. Without using any RC server. So execution is faster. Literally, if we compare these three, Selenium IDE, Selenium remote control and Selenium WebDriver, the execution is faster than both IDE and RC. So execution is faster than both IDE and RC. It does not readily support new browsers. Yes, it does not readily support new browsers. So you have to download some applications and some platform to execute it. So it does not support new browsers. It readily does not support new browsers. Really does not support new browsers. Readily does not support new browsers. So suppose you are having many types of browsers. Suppose I am saying you will be having Chrome browser or Chrome browser, Firefox, Edge browser, Opera browser. Just a minute. just a minute. So it readily does not support the web browsers. So what to do in that? Suppose we will be having four browsers. Suppose you are having some browser such as we will be having here. Suppose we will having the Chrome browser. And we will be having Firefox browser. After Chrome browser, we will be having Firefox browser. And after that, after Firefox, we will be having Edge browser. And we'll be at last we'll be having the Opera browser. So in the Chrome browser, Firefox browser, Edge and Opera browser, we need a platform to run the program. In order to run the program, we need a platform that is called a Selenium WebDriver. So in order to platform, we need a Selenium WebDriver. In the platform, to need the Selenium WebDriver. So this Chrome browser and this Firefox browser and this Edge browser and all these also Opera browser, all these four browsers, we need a platform that is called Selenium WebDriver, and these all are the drivers, literally, and these all are the drivers. These all are a driver. Each and every browser we are getting here, this all are driver. Chrome browser is a driver, Firefox is a driver, Edge is also a driver, Opera is a driver. Through this driver we can run the program. So in order to get this all, just a minute. So in order to get these all drivers, so we are having the certain platforms through which we can run the browsers. So in order to build these drivers, from these drivers we can literally from these drivers, so we are having for Chrome browser, we can do one thing. For the Chrome browser, we need the Chrome driver, and Chrome driver versions also it maximally from 106 or 107, and like this we can do it. Driver versions 106 or 107. And another one thing is that for the versions of this, and for the Firefox driver we need to use the J-code driver, and for the in browser also we need send the edge driver, and for the Opera browser we also same need the Opera driver. Opera driver. So we need from this all browsers are the since a Selenium web driver, and since these four browsers are a driver, so in this driver we need to install these four drivers so that we can run the execute the program. So these are all the four types of driver. So hence in order to do all these things, we need to do one thing. First we have to know what are the required softwares in the Selenium WebDriver. What are the required software? First we need to know that. So first of all, what we have to do, first we know the required softwares. So required software we need for the Selenium WebDriver is, first one is, it should be Java. It is called JDK version 8 and above. JDK version 8 and above. First we need this. Then we need one Selenium jar file. This Selenium jar file, that is, it should, the Selenium jar file, it should be from 2.5 to 3.1 for 1.59. It should be the version, Selenium jar file version should be 2.5 to 3.1 for 1.59, or you can download the 4 version also. You can download the 4 version. After that we need a platform to write. So in order to need a platform to write, we should download the Eclipse, that is the IDE version, Eclipse, and Eclipse should consist of 2022. That version maybe you can download 2022 03 or 06 also you can download it. So after that we need a browser to run or execute the test cases. So in order to run the test or execute those test cases, the browser itself maybe, it can be Chrome browser. As we are talking about all the browsers we have talked right now, discussed, it can be Chrome browser, or it can be Firefox, it can be Edge, or it can be Opera also. No problem, anything you can download. And after that we have to download the drivers of the browser. The particular drivers of the browser I have mentioned previously here. These are the drivers of the browser, that is the Chrome driver, Jco driver, Edge driver, Opera driver, according to their versions. So we have to download the WebDriver browsers. You have to download the browser drivers. So after these are all the required software we need to do. So from where you can download the files, that is also important thing. From where you can download the files, we can download the files from the selenium.dev.downloads. So here is the Selenium website. From here we can download the files. How to download the files? So from this website we can download the files. So I am giving the website. I will give the website in the link also. From there you can download the Selenium files. From here we can download the files. So in order to download files, first we have to open the Selenium website. Then we have to go to the downloads. From here only you can get all the downloaded versions of the Selenium. That is the Selenium IDE, previously versions or previous releases. And here from the browsers, if you are having the Firefox or Internet Explorer, Safari, Opera, Chrome, anything you are having, you can download it from here. From here only you can download the Selenium files. That's the download file. After that, so first we have to see, so previously how to download JDK Java versions. So you have to first from here you can download the Java versions. Whether it is the Java can be, if you are having the Windows, you can download it in the Windows, or if you are having the Mac OS or Linux. Since most probably Windows is there, from the Windows you can here download the Java versions. So this is the JDK download version. How to download JDK. From here you can download the JDK versions. So after that, first we have to know how to download the Selenium jar file. So how to download the Selenium jar file? So first what we have to do here, first we have to go to the Selenium downloads, and here Selenium IDE versions. So first we have to download Selenium jar file. So how to download Selenium jar file? Since we have to know, Selenium IDE is a Chrome, Firefox and Edge plugin which records and plays back the user interaction with the browsers. Use this to either create simple scripts or assist in the exploratory testing. So normally we have to download the Selenium jar file, but normally in the Selenium jar file we will be having Selenium server standalone driver. That is, you can download for 2018 you can download 3.14.1.59, or for 2016 version you can download 2.52.0, or for 2021 you can download the 4 version. So you need to download, we have to click here the previous releases. Click on the previous releases, and here we can get all the versions of the jar file. So normally basically we are preferring for the 3.1415 line for the standalone server download. So this is the Selenium standalone server download. You can download it here. Here you can download. This is the Selenium server standalone driver. After that, coming to the point, so how to download the Eclipse? That is also the main thing. How to download the Eclipse? I am showing you. Here the thing is that Eclipse downloads, you can go here. Here is the Eclipse you can find. Go to the Eclipse. after getting here the Eclipse, you can finally normally you have to download the Eclipse Oxygen downloads. So here you can get the packages Eclipse Oxygen downloads. So normally you have to download here the Eclipse IDE for Java developers. So here you can download this one, Eclipse IDE for Java developers. Now here you can download the Eclipse. Here are the various versions of Eclipse. Check here. So basically the Eclipse you can download most probably Eclipse you can download the 2022, that is 3 versions you can download. Here Eclipse you can download 22 version 3 or 6. Here you can get it 2022 6 and 2022 3. Anyone you can download. Most probably 2022 3 is good. You can download. If you are having the Windows, you can download here for Windows. If you are having the Linux, you can download for Linux. If you are having the Mac, you can download the Mac. So I am giving the link here. How to download Eclipse. Here you can download the Eclipse. So after that, how to download the browser drivers. How to download the browser drivers. Let's know about that. So normally you can download the browser web drivers from selenium.dev.downloads. From here only you can download the browser web drivers. How to download it, we'll go to see now. Let's check it now. The thing is that after scrolling down, you will get here the browsers platform supported by Selenium. Here are the browsers. So from here what we have to do, suppose you will be having Firefox, then you will get the supported platforms in the Firefox. And if you will having you have to always click here on the documentation and the configuration. Literally you will get the documentation or configuration. From there you can download the versions of the drivers of the Firefox, Internet Explorer, Safari, Edge, Opera, Chrome, everything you can get it from here. Suppose I am showing one example. You have to download the Mozilla Fire. Suppose you have to download the drivers of the Chrome. So first what we have to do, we have to check the version of our Chrome in the laptop. We have to go here in the corner and go to the settings, go to the help, and we have to check here about the Chrome. So here our version is 108.539.125. So from here we have to go to the documentation part. Since our version is here 108, so we have to check it here. We are having 108. By particular that particular version you will be not able to get, but like this you can get 108.5359.71. So here what we have to do, if you are having the varieties, if you are having Linux 64, Mac 64, Mac ARM, Win32, whatever you are having you can get it. So since I are having Windows, so if you are having Windows 64, then Windows 32 will also be supported in that. So here what you have to do, you have to download the Windows 64 in the jar files. You can download the driver. So com driver is downloaded now. So after that, getting how, but now we will going to know how to integrate the Selenium jar file into a Java project. How to integrate the Selenium jar file into Java project. So first what we have to do, we have to create a workspace or folder. Workspace or folder. What I have to do here, just a minute. First we have to create a workspace or a folder. After installing the Eclipse, first you have to open the Eclipse. The Eclipse will come here. First you have to open the Eclipse. First what you have to do, you have to create a folder here. Suppose I created a folder here named, suppose any folder you can create. I created a folder in my name. Okay. So after that, here you have to click on the switch workspace. You have to click on the switch workspace and you have to click on the other while clicking. You have to select that particular folder from the path. The desktop we are having that folder, this folder, then you have to select that folder. After that you click on the launch. To hide it here. So first we have to switch to the newly created workspace. Now we have switched to the newly created workspace. Now we have to create a Java project. So suppose I am naming the project as Selenium and created a Java project. So here we have created a Java project. Now in the source folder we have to create a package. Suppose I am naming the package as WebDriver. So I am naming the package as WebDriver. In the WebDriver you need to create a class. Suppose I am naming a class get URL. One script will write in that get URL. So here the package is created. In order to create that package, after creating that package, under the source folder we have to create a Java package. We created the Java package. So under the Java package we created a Java class including the main method. We have made that, we have completed that. After including the main method, now we'll know without adding the jar file into the project we cannot run the program. So how to add the jar file into that project? So first what we have to do here, we have to right click on the Java project name, that is Selenium. We have to go to the new and create a folder. We have to create two folders. First folder name should be the jar file, another one is LIV for the library folder. Under that project, selenium project, we have to create the two folders, that is the lib folder, another one is jar folder. So first we have to create a folder lib, another one folder you have to create here is the folder you have to create here is jar folder. Jar folder, since we can create a folder driver, let's create the folder a driver. So what we have to do, we have to store the selenium jar file folder inside the lib folder, and we have to we have to put the Chrome driver in the driver folder. So what we have to do first, we have to go where we have created the jar files. Let me extract it all, we extract it, and here we have got the, let's copy this, copy, and after that in the driver folder we have to paste it. You can see I've got the Chrome driver. After that, what we have to do, we have to put the selenium standalone server, and here what we have to do, I have to paste it. After that both we have completed, then we have to right click on this jar file and go to the build path and click on the add to the build path. After adding the build path, we will get to the reference libraries. After that we can execute or run the program by writing the scripts. So what to do here now, our first program is, just a minute. Our first program is how to, our first program is, suppose you have to get the URL. So how we can get the URL? First we know how to set the path of the drivers, browser drivers. So how to set the path of the driver? For that our main method is declared. We have declared our main method. After the main method we have to get a system dot set property. So here in the set property we have to check here the system dot set property, it is a void. So in this void we will having the two keys, that is string key and string value. This is the set property. Right click on this, we have to click in the string keys and string values. So since we are having the string key for we are using the Chrome driver, so it will be WebDriver dot Chrome dot driver. After that, this I have got the string key and now the string value. String value means where the driver is exactly present. So where the driver is exactly present, what will you do? Dot and slash, just a minute, and everything should be in the double quotation, dot slash. So where the path is present? In the driver slash Chrome driver. In the driver where the path is present, here is the Chrome driver dot exe. Chrome driver dot exe. Chrome driver dot exe. After that, what we have to do here, after getting the Chrome driver dot exe, first one thing, if the key and the value pair of the browser drivers is not specified, we will get illegal state exception. If there is a mistake done in the specifying the key and value pair, we get illegal state exception. So the fun thing is that after that we will have to create an interface web driver equals to new of, just a minute, web driver equals to new of Chrome driver. We have to come to the end of the line. So here what we have to do, so WebDriver is the selenium operanga.selenium. Here we have to import it. Here I have imported, and same here in the Chrome driver we have to also import to the Chrome driver. Okay. Chrome driver. After that, just a minute. So in the WebDriver of driver equals to new of Chrome driver. Since WebDriver of driver is equals to new Chrome driver, it is a WebDriver is an interface. So here after we will click, after writing the script, we will click on the run button, then Chrome driver will open. So you see the Chrome driver is opening. So our script was the enter an URL. So you have to pass a string here. So you have to write a driver, referring to the driver is the reference variable. So getting the driver dot get string. Suppose we have to open this Google website, copy the URL and put it in the double quotation and to the end of the line. After running this, you will definitely get, since we are seeing the Google driver is, Google website has been opened. So this is what we know what is Selenium. Here the system.set properties. System is a class of which package? Java land package. After system, we are getting system.set property. Set property is a static method, in where starting method, and it is in the WebDriver. We have to get here the string key and the string value. String key is the WebDriver.Chrome.driver, or we have to write the key. For Firefox you can write jcode driver. For Edge you can write Edge driver. After that, in the string value we have to put the path of the driver, where the driver is present exactly. So after that we have to create an interface, that is the WebDriver equals to new of Chrome driver. After that, getting to that reference of the driver, we can write driver.get, so that we can pass a string value. So that is in the string we are passing the URL. So this is know how, what is this, how to run a program and execute a program. So today's class is this much. Tomorrow we will discuss about the locators.